Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Hannah and I'm so excited that you're here. I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this whole makeup look. I basically shared everything that I use from skin prep, brushes to the lip combo, and this is just a PSA that I will be posting every week now, so I'm super excited to share with you guys my latest product recommendations and my tips and tricks. So be sure to subscribe and let's get started on the glam. With the Caudalie Beauty Elixir, and this I just start off and I spray the whole face. It makes it feel so refreshed. It smells so good. I'm like, So this is basically gonna tighten the pores and have the makeup ready for like a glowy skin type of vibe. But me personally, I do have an oily T-zone. Depending on the weather, depending on what I'm doing, I always kind of set up my face for like the T-zone to be pretty locked down and matte. So that's just the routine I like, but I do like my cheeks overall to be glowy. Like I do like that. So it's like a nice balance between the two. If you're looking for like a dewy skin or matte skin, I like a satin finish, just so you guys know. So that's the skin prep that I'm gonna be doing today. And after that, I'm gonna go in with the Glow Recipe Pore Tight Toner. I actually used this one in my last video, and this is just like my favorite toner ever, I think. Like, it's just so good. It smells delicious, and it's a pore tight toner. I love anything that makes my pores look invisible and makes my skin just look really soft and like, you know, flawless, even though we all know it's there, but sometimes I feel like makeup can enhance things that aren't even there. So I really like to go in with skincare that's really gonna eliminate anything that isn't there or enhance anything once the makeup is on. Now I'm gonna go in with the MAC. This is the MAC Hyper Real Serumizer. And I'm super excited because they actually just sent over their Serumizer Eye Serum, which is so cute, the packaging. And it came with this cute little tool for like under the eye, and it feels so cold. I'm super excited. But this I have already been liking and loving. I've had it for like a while now. So they just sent me a restock. I'm just gonna do like 2 pumps. Apply this all over the skin. So for this one, I'm just gonna pump a little bit on the back of my hand, a pea-sized amount, and then I'm gonna saturate this little tool. Start massaging under the eyes. That feels so nice and relaxing. Wow. This eye tool alone is a must-have because honestly, this feels so good. And as soon as my eye serum and my serum is done, like soaking into the skin, I go in with the moisturizer. And this one is the Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm. I feel like with any type of makeup look I'm going for, whether it be glowy or matte, it's just a good staple moisturizer. And it never makes my makeup or like the, you know when you do skin prep and it starts peeling, it never does that. So that's why I really like to use this to layer. And it's just one of my go-tos. I have been using this one since I worked at Sephora, which was like 2018. So she's been a part of the routine for a minute. But I do like to also use like the dewy moisturizer from Tatcha, just depending what the vibe is. Wow, the skin is really skinning right now. Okay, so I just concealed under the brows and I am gonna fill them in a little bit. I'm gonna use the NYX brow pen. This is like my literal, like I need this every time I put a brow on. It is the best product out there, especially for someone like me who doesn't have much to work with, especially like if they're not combed, they look non-existent. So I definitely need to lay them down first and then see what I can do, but this is the color Ash Brown. It works amazing. So I'm gonna lightly fill in, starting at the arch because that is where it's more sparse for myself. So I'm just lightly doing little hair strokes. Hopefully you guys are able to see like how fine the little brow strokes are. That's why I love it. Like it's just such an easy brow product to use. Sometimes I'll also use the NYX brow pencil, but I actually can't find it. It's somewhere in the vanity. I need to deep clean it. It is crazy up in here. But this color, so good. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Dominique Cooling Blurring Primer, and I'm gonna do like 2 pumps, and I'm actually gonna push this again on the areas where I feel like my pores are more visible, which definitely is the nose, the cheeks, and the forehead. Just looking at the smile lines and the chin. For my foundation concoction, I'm gonna go in with the Dior Forever Skin Glow, which honestly I've been obsessed with. I use the color 2.5N, and I'm also gonna use the Urban Decay Face Bond Luminizer. This is in the color Silver Lake. Pump of this, 2 pumps of the Dior foundation, and then I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M107. These brushes are so good. They really did their thing with the rebranding. I'm gonna blend it in together. And then just start off with like a very smooth layer before I start blending. And I like this because I feel like it makes the makeup look a lot more smoother. It's like an even application before we blend it. I always like to apply first and then blend. And to blend this in, I do like to use a brush. Typically, I would do the Mario 4. I have multiple. This one was my first one, so like the writing came off. But these are absolutely worth it. It's a dual-sided brush, a smaller side and then a bigger side. I have 3 of them. They're so good. But if you're looking for something more on the affordable side, the Morphe M243 is a good dupe. It's not as fluffy as the other ones. Like, it's a little bit more compressed, but it still does a really good job of blending your foundation. So see, this is exactly what I mean by the makeup looks just so good with these two together. It's giving the perfect duo between luminous, satin, full coverage, just all the above, all the good things. Especially when you like shift the face, it looks so pretty. And you use the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in medium dark to bring color back into the skin, but to contour I do use another product because I like my skin to look like bronzy and contoured. I like both. I'm also going to go in with the Morphe M103 foundation brush, and this I like because it has like a slight angle, so I feel like it's perfect for a bronzing moment. And I'm going to push this into the skin. Look at how beautiful and glowy it has the cheekbone looking. So I definitely recommend using an angled brush. It makes the application a lot more easier. Right after that, I'm going to go with the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand in the color medium, and this I'm only going to put a little bit since we already bronzed. I'm going to put 2 dots on the high points of the cheekbone, as well as on the nose. But I'm also going to use that same angled brush to blend that out, and again, same technique, just pressing it in. Now let's go ahead and contour this nose a little bit. I'm going to use a smaller, a smaller brush, and I'm going to go up and down right here on the bridge, under the nose, and then again on the bridge. For blush now, I'm going to go in with Patrick Ta She's That Girl. I'm going to be using the Morphe M242 brush. Just go in with the cream and I press that in the brush, and then pushing that on to the high points of the cheekbones. We love blush over here. I'm for sure a blush girly. And actually, I just got the new Natasha Denona blushes, and I'm going to be reviewing that one on the next video. I'm super excited to try those out. Those are like a high blush, so it's like a highlight and a blush duo. Now we're gonna do concealer. Again, I like a bright under eye, so I do typically use a brighter concealer. If you don't like a brighter concealer, you don't have to. I just recommend it. But for my days where I don't want it to be too bright, I'll go in with a Natasha Denona. This concealer is so good. Ever since I got it, I always use it to carve my brows because it's like a concealer where it does not cake up, it does not leave texture, it just smooths your skin out. It just does what a concealer is supposed to do. So I'm gonna use this first as like the base concealer. Slightly some on the outer corner. For my brightening concealer, I'm going with the beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, so I'm gonna go with number 2 light on the high points. I just kind of double up on the concealer. I'm gonna go in with these 2 concealer brushes that I really like. This is the M204. It's actually fluffy, but I really like it to blend out on the outer corner. And for the inner corners where you want to be more precise, the M1313. Really good. So I'll kind of start off right here on the very inner corner. I press, probably take 10 minutes doing this alone. Like, I take forever to blend out my concealer, but I also think because it's so satisfying and it really makes a difference like how it looks. And then like when it gets to this part, I'll go in with the fluffier one. This makes blending a lot easier because it's obviously bigger. And I'll drag this up and look at how flawless she looks. Now that the base is all ready to be set, I'm gonna go in with the One Size translucent powder. And I like to use this first, so I like to layer my powders. I'm gonna use this one first to set the under eyes and the whole base all around. And then I use another powder to brighten. So I first like to start off by saturating the sponge, of course, tapping off the excess. And then I feel like right in the mirror, because I'm honestly blind when it comes to stuff like this, like I just smooth everything out again, making sure it's as smooth as possible, because if there are any creases, you're obviously going to set them if you don't smooth it out before putting that first powder down. And look at how smooth she looks, but I definitely like it to be a little bit more brighter. So again, this is just the first step. We are very matte right now. I'm going to be using the Surreal Skin Mist by Makeup by Mario. For bronzer today, I'm going to be going with the Made by Mitchell Almond Mom Baked Luminous Bronzer, and I like to use the Dibs dual-sided brush. This brush makes bronzer so effortless and easy, depending on what look you're going for, whether you want it to be very precise or more airbrushed. I usually do both. First, I usually add pigmentation and like build it up with this one, and then to blend it more, I'll use this one. Honestly, it just makes the bronzer application so smooth and so easy. So I first start off with this one because I feel like it gives like that type of island type of bronzy glow. But if I feel like I need a little bit more of a matte contour or bronzer, this color right here is like perfect for me. It's the light medium one. Kind of apply that on top because it does have like a little bit more of a cool tone look. And I'll dust that on the nose before I contour it, just for like more color. And for this eyeshadow look, I'm actually going to use that same bronzer with a Morphe Ariel brush and dust this all over the eyelid to start off with. I always like a little bit of warmth on it. Just dusting that on a little bit. Now let's go ahead and do our powder blush. I'm going to go back in with She's That Girl from Patrick Ta, and I'm going to be using another Morphe brush. This is the M201 powder blush brush. Okay, and for one of my more favorite parts of my makeup routine, I love to use a brightening powder. And recently I tried this Natasha Denona powder in RN3, which is a bright shade for me. I use this to brighten up the under eyes. You're probably like, you don't really need it because it looks bright, but once I put this on, you're gonna notice like the crazy difference it makes. I feel like it really just elevates the glam, but I'm not done, so I'm kind of using this as to brighten also and bake, even though it's a foundation powder. So I'm gonna leave this pressed on under the eye for the time being as I finish the rest of my makeup. I also am using this on the sides of the nose to clean up that nose contour, and instantly you can see that difference. I saw this at Ulta a couple times and I was kind of like, I don't need it, and then I finally caved in and I got it, and I do not regret it. It is so good. I also really want to get like the matching concealer with this color. I think I was looking at R3 or RN3 or R2, one of those, and they didn't have it in stock, so that's why I settled for N2, which is more neutral. Like this just looks so good in like pictures, or like if it's like a nice like event, like it literally photographs so beautifully. Like I just suggest you give it a try. If you're not used to a bright under eye, you're gonna love it. So as that is sitting in the face, I'm going in with more of that translucent powder from One Size, and I'm just gonna lightly bake a little bit closer towards the bridge of the nose. For the eyeshadow, I'm gonna go in with the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Matte Eyeshadow Palette. I'm using the third bronzing shade on the warmer side, and I'm gonna put that on the lid first. And what I wanna go for is like a very smoothed out smoky liner, but I'm gonna use a pencil. I'm gonna do MAC Costa Riche. This color is so stunning. Just so you guys can see, it is that perfect tone of brown. And I have brown eyes and they're pretty dark, but I feel like this color makes the brown look a lot more enhanced. So I'm gonna start by tightening the top, which I can't do like this, so I'm probably gonna cover. Let's see, let me try to attempt to do it, because I have to look like this to do it, but you wanna basically go in the waterline. So I go on the bottom and the top. Taking this very precise Makeup Shack brush in T65 and two of the shades from the Patrick Ta palette, and literally going back and forth and lightly smudging. And little by little, I start to elongate it so that it creates a wing with the shadow. Slightly going up to enhance that wing. So I just repeated the same steps, and as you can see, it looks very smoky. I'm gonna do another step to really pull the look together. I personally like my eyeshadow to look kind of nice and sharp because I feel like that helps elongate my eyes. And if I need more product, I will grab some powder foundation, and I will use this to clean up underneath. And then blend that down into the under eye using a small packing brush, and then I'm just kind of like highlighting this area right here. As the mascara is drying, I'm just gonna go ahead and prep my eyelashes. I'm doing like more of like an angled out lash. This is how they look. This is in the style Tasteful. So I'm gonna go ahead and position this on the outer corner of the eye. And I love how this looks with this eye look. It looks so good. Now it's time to do our lip combo. I love a good lip combo, as you guys know. And I have been loving this Etienne Ortega lip liner in the color Cinnamon Girl. This is for Lana. And this is like the perfect shade of brown. It's like a neutral brown. brush is so pretty, and the application is always so easy because they're so silky. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not always the biggest fan of the retractable lip liners, but this one, this color, the formula, I have loved it. Like even this by itself with a gloss would look really cute as well. To go on top, I'm gonna be using MAC Flesh Pot because if you know, you know. I used to work at MAC, so I'm definitely a MAC girly. And this color is so stunning. I'm just gonna pat it right in the middle. And the reason why I pat is so I gradually can blend it into the lip liner. And then after that, I'll put more in the center. And then I'm going with the little small detailed brush from Morphe. This is the M402. And I'm blending that lipstick into the lip liner. I'm also gonna dust the under eye, and this is with the M164 powder brush. And you can leave it as is like this, but I'm gonna add a little bit of one of my favorite glosses. The Lawless glosses are literally my favorite. This is in the color Daisy Pink. I'm gonna put this right in the center. Like, are you kidding? I love it. Now, last but not least, let's add some glow. Add a little bit of this highlight to the high points. And I'm gonna be using these two to set the skin. This one to like make the makeup less powdery and more glowy, and this one to really lock it in. And that is the final look. What do we think? I feel like this glam, again, you could elevate it with shimmer or darker colors, or you can lighten it with less brown, and you can even skip the eyeliner. But again, this is like my favorite look right now. I feel like it looks so good with everything, and I don't know, it just makes me feel very cute and pretty. So I hope you guys enjoyed this glam. Let me know what you guys think, and be sure to follow me on all my platforms so we can stay connected. And I'll see you guys next week with my new video. Let me know if you guys want to see anything specific for next week's video, or any techniques, tips, tricks, any products, brushes that you feel like I kind of skipped over today. If you want me to do anything more in depth, let me know in the comments below. And this was so much fun. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Love you guys.